This is the Chris and Aaron Show with Kristen, Zach, and Aaron Camaro.
I just hit some guys.
Check 1, 2.
Check 1, 2. Oh, this is cool.
Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff on there I'd never heard before.
A lot of his solo stuff.
I don't really care for a lot of it. Most of it I don't like.
I'll take it off your hands if you don't want it.
No. No, it's still cool enough to keep.
That's cool. I don't think I've even heard of this one.
I paid a little more for that one.
2010.
I looked it up. I guess it's got a bunch of his just, kind of a sampling of his solo career along with some B-sides and unreleased stuff.
Yeah, there's a lot of, the ones I recognize, there's a lot of, laid back stuff on here.
Really laid back, yeah.
Parisian Walkways. That's got Gary Moore on it.
Like when I'm in the car and I'm thinking about some Phil Lynott, and I'm in the Camaro, I don't want to hear that stuff.
All his solo stuff was always lighter than...
Yeah, for sure.
Although it's got Dear Miss Lonely Hearts, which is a great song.
That's a good song. I do like that one quite a bit.
It's really a Thin Lizzy song.
Yeah.
It's all the guys in the band.
Yeah, totally. I like that one.
The video's hilarious. They're all loaded on heroin in the video. Or Phil and Scott are.
Hang on, let me stop. Yeah, they got a cool little section over there at that, what's it called? Phonolux.
Yeah, they're only open on weekends.
Yeah, Fridays and Saturdays only.
Yeah.
But you can get in there, you can find some cool stuff,
They have a lot of tour crew shirts you can buy there cheap, too.
Yeah. I got a few of them. I got a really cool one that says I got fucked up with poison, and it's like 2006.
I saw that one. Yeah. I was there a couple of months ago, and it was there.
That's awesome. Got the little guy, skeleton guy, all drinking and fucked up. That's cool.
Well, I was just like, it's cool, but I can't see myself wearing that. It'd be more for the collection, I guess.
Yeah, I got a Motley Crue T-shirt that just says "fuck" across the back of it.
Really?
Yeah, it's like a Generation Swine era, I think.
That's funny.
It's just cool because I never see them like that anymore. But
yeah,
can't wear it nowhere.
Yeah. So are we going already?
I guess what do we say? What the fuck? You're wearing a Generation Swine T-shirt. But I liked that album when it came out.
Did you?
Yeah. I think it was more like I wanted to like it so badly. Just because I love Crew so much, And I liked the 94 album. And then, then all of a sudden they announced Vince is coming back. And it's like, okay, cool. You know, so they must be serious then. They had their time apart. Now they're getting back together. This is going to be fucking awesome.
Nope.
And even our local radio station made kind of a big deal about it. Coming out and had contests and shit. And they were coming to play in Milwaukee or something. I was too young to go. And I don't know. I wanted to like it a lot. I think if they went in and took those songs, except for maybe Brandon, and redid them today, if they got back together and said, we're not touring no more, but there's this one album in our collection that we all really hate, and we would just love another crack at it. We're going to do the same songs. They'd have to rewrite
some of the songs, though.
And we're going to do it in true Crew fashion. They would have to rework them songs pretty seriously, though.
It's them trying to be something they're not. And even the structure of the song is them trying to be something they're not. Although I guess people said 94 was that way, too. But
true.
But 94 was a quality record with good songwriting.
And that's it, to me, still, that stands as a different band.
Yeah, it does. I was fully immersed in nu metal by the time that came out.
Yeah,
I did buy it. I bought it, but I was just kind of like, ugh, this isn't what I was hoping for.
Yeah.
And then they showed up on some award show and they did a new version of Shout at the Devil. Was that around that time?
I remember that American Music Awards.
And Vince had red hair.
Yeah. I went and dyed my hair red shortly.
Did you really?
I thought I don't know. I was like, I want to be cool like Motley Crue, but I want to be modern too. See, I was going through that same crisis at the same time. You and
Vince Neil were in the same boat.
Yeah, totally. That's why I like Vince. I can relate to it.
Oh, man.
But I did, I dyed my hair red, and then we went to Ozfest, and man, to dye your hair red it's a difficult prospect. The stuff that you use really is a mess. And if you fuck it up and you try to do it yourself, you're gonna end up with stained hands, and stained ear tips and stained forehead, and man. I dyed mine a
couple of times during those days. Yeah, I had long hair. At one point, I put my hair in cornrows to try to look like corn.
Yeah,
and it looked stupid. I thought it was cool at the time, but then on reflection, that was dumb.
Yeah,
and it wasn't even really intentional. I was actually at a party in Murfreesboro, and my friend's girlfriend was there, and he passed out, and I was getting ready to pass out, and I was just laying there, and she wanted to play with my hair, and she's like, I'm gonna mess with your hair. I'm like, I'll do whatever, because I was fucked up.
Right, yeah.
And next thing I know, I'm like, oh my god, I look like Monkey or some shit from Korn. It was ridiculous.
Wow.
Yeah. I kept it for
a while, huh?
I kept it for a couple of days, and then I was like, this is stupid, so I got rid of it.
Yeah.
She used it was like sandwich bread twist ties to tie them up. It looks so dumb. It was like low rent hair care.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, it was stupid.
That's what makes it awesome, though, is the bread ties. That makes it legit.
Oh yeah, yeah. I looked like a real G.
Oh man, that's funny.
Oh man, so
I guess we'll just call this Chris and Aaron, huh?
Yeah,
We're due.
Yeah. I'm kind of kissed out right now, so.
Well, that's bad news because
I know we have to talk about this.
That's what we'll talk about on Torpedo Dudes. That'll be our subject. Us trying to figure out what the fuck we're gonna do for Christmas in July. We'll get the pen and the paper out. We'll record the whole process.
Are we okay with starting Christmas in July a week late? Because technically, because the thing we're doing with Brian on Monday, I'd like to get that out sooner because I need it to help promote the expo.
We call the first week Kicksmas in July. And then just give them an extra week at the end.
Well, do the kiss one? Yeah, we can do that. I mean, it's our show. We do whatever we want.
I know.
I was going to ask, do we do Christmas in July this year, or do we skip it?
No, we can't skip it, man. Too many of them reviews. What do they all say? I love the year in reviews. I love the interviews and the guests they have. I love the chemistry between Chris and Aaron. Oh. I love Christmas in July, almost every damn one of them.
Well, and I have a couple of there's already a couple.
We got to prove once again this year that we still are the best Kiss podcast in the month of July.
Yeah. Well, there's a couple of people that we're looking at. Andrew still wants to come on and talk about that movie he did.
That's cool.
For Alive.
Right. Ding ding. There's one. We should be. No, let's save this for.
Okay.
Okay. All right, we'll do that on Torpedo Dudes.
Okay, well, remind me to talk to you about Phil. We'll get to that.
All right.
Not Anselmo. That would be cool. But yeah, so anyway, Rockin' Pod behind the scenes.
How's it going? You just got back from vacation. You should be refreshed. I
worked through the whole thing.
Yeah,
I probably did more phone calls for Rockin' Pod during that week than I did before, but. It's one of the promotion never stops, and you got to work through it. And
right.
So, but there's a weird thing that happened. All right. So as everybody knows by now, we announced it today. Ellefson is coming to the expo, which is great. But then
sometimes I wish that we were Ralph and Ian, so that we could thank Dave Mustaine for getting throat cancer for getting this all lined up, because they would. Them fuckers. They're so lucky. They can make crude jokes and get away with it. I feel bad. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, I wish it was certainly under better circumstances.
Yeah, no kidding. That's what I'm trying to say.
But so I had lined him up, and we worked through the travel and all that. And then during that time, it's like, remember, I was trying to get an acoustic after party thing going.
Right.
And with Jason Beeler and Steven Chirot and Roxy Blue. That's who I thought I had lined up. Well, then Beeler tells me he doesn't want to do it. He doesn't want to perform with other artists. He just wants to maybe book a show somewhere around here at the time. And I'm like, that's fine. Okay. And then Steven Chirot had a scheduling conflict, so he's not even coming now. So then I'm left with Roxy Blue, and I've got Anthony Corder from Tortora who came on board, who said he would be open to it. But then this got murky. So then when Ellefson thing came back, he's been doing these bass story shows, where it's like a speaking thing, and then a band comes up and plays.
Kind of thing, yeah.
So I talked to Tom, his partner, and I was like, well, what if we look at doing a bass story show instead of the acoustic after party and make it a separate ticketed event? And Tom they're down for doing it. And then Tyson, Leslie, our friend, who's a promoter, does the Rare Hair shows.
Right.
He contacts me while I'm on vacation. He goes, hey, well, he's like, I'm not looking to step on toes, but I'm letting you know that I had been talking to Dave about doing a Rare Hair thing the night after the expo at Basement East. And then we kind of had a meeting of the minds, and it's like, well, it's going to be better if we try to work together on something rather than two separate things. And we thought we had worked out the idea. I'm going to take you through the whole weird timeline over the past week.
All right.
So that and this call's I had 2 calls with Tom and 1 call with Tyson. All of these happening after midnight during the week last week.
Because that's how they live.
Yeah, rock and roll hours. And so initially it looked like, okay, well, Tyson's going to come on board and we're going to try to do the Bay Story show as the after party. And so that looked okay, and I was like, because I'm trying to save him from having to do the thing at Basement East. So that we think that's lined up, and then a couple days later, I get an email from the people that represent Woodstock.
Woodstock?
Yes, like this is Woodstock's 50th anniversary, and like they had a big Woodstock festival planned in New York earlier this year, and it fell through because the main financing guy backed out of it.
So they don't just hold it in like Woodstock, New York anymore? They hold it all over the place?
Well, I'll get to that.
Okay.
So it was going to be up in that area, but it was going to have like Cardi B and Kanye West and all these pop stars.
Okay.
Well,
they asked if Cardi B could be a guest at the expo.
No. But see, that version of Woodstock is handled by one of the 2 founders of Woodstock, Michael Lang. And he's the guy who booked the big ones that have happened over the last 20 years. Okay. But this woman that contacted me, she represents this guy, Artie, who was the other co-founder of Woodstock. And they had tried to get Michael to come on board with this, but he doesn't want to do it. So what they're looking to do is they're going to call it Woodstock Week in honor of the 50th anniversary. And they're going to do concerts in 4 different cities. They're going to do New York, LA, Chicago, and Nashville.
Oh, nice.
But this agent somehow found out about Rockin' Pod. She's like, we would like to tie in some way with Rockin' Pod. So it's
pretty smart, really. Yeah.
I'm going to make a very long story short. So essentially, they've hired. It's going to be like an all-star jam thing, like what the Residency does.
Okay.
And they've booked the Residency guys to be the band.
Oh, really?
And they were wanting to do it on Saturday and Sunday of the same weekend of the expo.
On Sunday too?
Yeah, they want it to be a 2-night thing. So we start talking, and initially they were wanting to. She was like, "I don't want to step on your toes and get in your way," so we want to like maybe offer to display some Woodstock stuff at the expo and do a tie-in with promotion. But then the more we talked about it, I was like, well, if you're looking, because she was like, they're trying to find a venue. They had Mercy Lounge on hold. It fell through because they gave it away. They waited too long.
Okay.
Like the fact that they're still trying to find a venue this late in the game is crazy. But they were looking at Basement East. Like Basement East has a hold because Tyson has the hold.
Right. Okay.
So we initially, me, Joe, and her talked for like a fucking hour. This woman talks. And we'd come to the idea of, well, maybe Ellison would want to be involved with this, and we just roll it into one show at the end of the expo. Then I talked to Ellison yesterday, and he's just like, or Wednesday. He's like, I don't want to do a tie-in with Woodstock. He's like, we played there in 99, but it's more of a, he's like, my crowd's a metal crowd. This is a different crowd, which I get.
Sure, totally.
It makes total sense.
Yeah.
So then I started thinking,
Image watch for Dave Ellison's at Woodstock.
Right.
Nice hippie. Yeah.
Well, so then I had a meeting last night with Tyson and David, the singer for 8 Ball, who's handling the lighting and the sound, because I needed to bring him in because initially we were just going to do a little acoustic thing with mics, and that was all we were going to need for Saturday, but I needed to bring him in to say we're going to do the full production again no matter who plays. And he's cool with it. And like last night, we thought we had come to the agreement of Ellison would do with the show at Basement East because it's more of a small show.
Okay.
We've got an 8,000 square foot ballroom. It would make more sense to do the All-Star Jam thing at our thing.
Yeah.
Then I get up and we come to agreement on that. I get up this morning. I have an email from the Woodstock people saying, well, we've talked and we think the venue for the expo is too far away from downtown. So now they don't want to use the expo. And then they're like, since you have a hold on Sunday, would you would it be cool if we did the Sunday thing at Basement East? So then I went back to Tyson and I'm like, can you see if Grimy will let them do the All-Star Jam thing there and we do the Ellison thing at the expo? So that's where we're at now.
So there's a rare hair going on Sunday?
Well, that was Tyson's plan originally.
But now it's going to be this Woodstock thing.
Well, I don't know. I'm waiting to hear back from Tyson. I said, you need to talk to Grimy and see if Grimy even has an interest in doing it there.
But it's got nothing to do with the expo.
Well, we'd still do the promotional tie-in. Like we would.
They get a booth?
Yeah, we'd do a booth. We'd do a display of Woodstock memorabilia.
They paying you?
Hopefully, yeah. But at the I'd gladly also take national media attention and trade because I'm sure they're well connected to national media.
True,
we could get some advanced promotion.
As long as their promotion isn't just for them and it's also for us too.
No, the woman is really all about what we're doing. She's like, I wish I'd seen this earlier because I would have contacted you like a year ago.
It really is a perfect thing if you've got some event that you're promoting, whether it's the next day or a week or two down the line or even a month. If you want rock fans there, that's what you would do.
Well,
did that 111 thing?
I was just going to tell you.
Did that get canceled?
No, it's happening.
Yeah, okay.
I was just about to say I'm going to contact those guys and see if they want to have a booth there and promote, and we could do promote each other's.
That comes up after.
Yeah, it's in October.
Yeah, see, perfect.
And,
I was thinking about that.
And Megadeth had to drop off the bill because of obvious reasons, but they replaced them with Anthrax, so they're going to be on the bill now. But it's a hell of a lineup for that show. So it's like a 3-day festival.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna contact them because they're promoting the shit out of it right now, which tells me that ticket sales aren't great. You can that's usually how you can judge it.
Yeah, but they were promoting it hard from the very beginning.
Yeah.
Like even early before it even was announced what it was. It said it's coming. They were handing out these flyers at concerts.
And I found flyers at a gas station last night.
Yeah.
So I was just like, well, it's worth a shot. Maybe they'll be interested.
Sometimes that's the best way to do it.
Because if I send them the guest list, these are the artists that are going to be there, and fans of those artists are going to be there. So it's a no-brainer that they would want to do something. Right. Plus, it's right here in Nashville. You get the walk-up crowd that we're going to have, and you can promote to them. So, hopefully I can talk them into it. At this point, it's all about doing any promotional tie-in, giveaway. I got to fill that room.
Yeah.
So, and I'm working on some targeted marketing stuff. Now that Elfson's on board, we can go full bore with marketing.
Nice.
The last week, Johnny, who's helping me with that, he was like, do we wait or do we go? And I'm like, let's get Elfson on because that's more of an attraction with him on board with it. So we're there. But yeah, hopefully we can fill up that room and make it work. If you're a VIP listening to this and you're thinking about coming, book a hotel room because we need to sell them.
Yeah.
They have not sold well so far.
No, I'm going to get one.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the wife was complaining about the price, and I was like, are you looking at the discount thing? And she said no. And then she looked at that and was like, it's still a lot of money.
I know it's not cheap. Although for Nashville, it's not bad. It's actually cheap compared to downtown hotels.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
No, those are like $300-$400 a night.
Yeah. Well, that's what this is.
Mm-hmm.
For two nights, it was.
Oh, yeah, but I mean $300-$400 for one night.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Downtown. Yeah. It's basically half the price of what you would pay downtown.
Yeah, true.
But yeah, I know
you're not that far from downtown, but even at that, why you want to go anywhere?
10-minute drive. But I don't know. So the Woodstock, but yeah, it's almost like the curse of having choice because it almost would be better if the Woodstock thing didn't even creep up because I wouldn't have to deal with it. But Joe, ever the promoter,
you can always pass him off to Vinnie Vincent. Like, he's doing something here the same day. Maybe you want to team up with him for his birthday party.
Click. Like, oh, we've heard of him. Her.
Oh, man.
Yeah, my wife said that she better not run into him in the bathroom.
Michelle. She's so funny.
She's so over him, dude. She's just like, God. Please don't talk about him anymore.
Yeah, no. She's got to be number one person in the whole world that's just done with
She's so done with him. And I got to go on... when I was on vacation, I called into Classic Metal Show, and those guys are like shock jockey, and they were talking because Chris Aiken texted me. I'm half in the bag drunk, sitting on the lake, and he goes, "We're talking about Vinny. You need to call in," because they were talking about the statement and everything.
Yeah.
So I call in, and I had a little fun with that, because they were like, "Well, if Vinnie Vincent, if he's really there and he shows up at the door and he's like, 'Hey, I want to let bygones be bygones. Can I come in?' Would you let him in?" And I said, "Sure. Admission price $5,000." I was like, seems to work for him, so why not give him a taste of his own medicine? But I'm like, yeah, no. I was like, I explained the whole thing. Like it is freeing to.
If you got a little plaque at the door or something that says this much for adults, this much for kids, you should
Vinnie Vincent price.
Have a little onk on there and $300.
$300. Yeah. I did think of a funny PR stunt.
And then if he does show up, you just point at the sign.
You pay that, buddy. I did think of a funny PR stunt. I don't know if I'll do it or not.
Oh, you're finally going to let me book Mini Vinny?
Well, that would be funny, too. What I was thinking, if you can show proof that that you bought the Vinny box set or you were going to go to one of those canceled concerts, I'll let you in for free. Vinny Vincent victims free admission.
Yeah.
Yeah, just to do it as a PR stunt. Just, I know it would get attention.
And for people, if he cancels this one.
Yeah. Although part of me wants to be like, if you're paying for this thing now, you deserve it. But
right, and we probably don't want you at our party because you're weird.
Yeah.
You're a weirdo.
I thought about doing it just to get attention.
No, that's good. I like that.
Yeah.
That's funny.
It would be a good angle. But anyway, enough about that schmuck. But yeah, so I mean, it's going good. I mean, I'm still hoping to get a few more guests lined up. I'm still waiting to hear back. I'm trying to get Steve Gorman from the Black Crowes to come, the drummer.
That'd be cool.
He lives here.
I know D-Hud would love that.
Yeah. Oh, he's been the main guy pushing me to do it.
Yeah.
And he's got a book coming out in September.
You talk to him, D-Hud. You're probably closer to him than we are.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, well, no, he didn't have his contact info, and he was like, is it okay if I get his email? And so then I emailed Steve again, and I was just like, really want you to come. There's a Black Crowes podcast that'll be there, and you could do a panel live. And I'm just waiting to hear back. He's not the greatest at returning emails. I usually have to like send the same email twice to get him to respond. Yeah. But yeah, I'm still working on a few other people. But Ellefson helps kind of put it over the top. I think. Hopefully.
I would say so.
I mean, I think it's a pretty solid lineup now. So, but yeah, and residency guys are. They want to wait till they're not going to hear this, so they want to wait till after their NAMM show to really push it, and that's going to be like 2-3 weeks. So I was like, if you could make some mention of it before, that would be helpful. So
they got a show coming up before this one, and they're working on pushing that one. Yeah, and
I get it, but at the same time, it's like this is a paid show for you too. I need you guys to help fill the room. So we'll see. I mean, if I bug Philip enough, he'll do it.
And those guys here in Nashville, they just got their people that go wherever, whenever. Whenever they get a chance to see them, they're always there.
Yeah.
These are the people you see at whenever there's a residency show, even back to when they were every week, even back to when they were at the other place. They were earning people here in Nashville way back then. Yeah. And there's people that'll go to whatever,
Yeah. So, I mean, we're getting down to the wire, but... yeah, I'm all in.
That's the cool thing about that too, is because all the people in Nashville that are going to come out to see the Rock and Roll Residency, because they're hometown heroes here and people love them, then are probably going to then learn right there about the Rock and Pot Expo the next day. I mean, it's beautiful.
Yeah, and I've got, I got to see how things shake out with them doing this Woodstock thing, because I don't know about their availability now on Saturday, but if they're available on Saturday during the day, I've got them having their own booth, and I'm going to have at least one panel with them. I don't know who's going to moderate it just yet. I was thinking about the Grown Up Rock guys to do like going from fan to band, like being Kiss fans growing up, and then, or maybe Ken Mills would be good for that since he does a Kiss show, or Julian Gill. But like, growing up a Kiss fan and becoming members of Gene and Ace's band. And then I told Philip, and he was like, "That sounds fun, but nothing about Rachel, please." I was like, "Don't worry, we're not looking for dirt."
No,
I was like, "It'll be positive, I promise."
Yeah, anybody you put up there with them from our crew is going to do all right.
Yeah, but yeah, we'll see. I mean,
want to really see some entertainment? Put them up there with Ian and Ralph.
No,
right at the end of the night when they're all hammered.
Yeah, Ian, they got brought up the last time I recorded with them, and Ian said something like, "How are the residency guys' wives?" Because he was making a joke about how Ace fired his whole band after Richie Scarlett's wife died.
Oh,
and I was like,
see.
"Oh, yeah,
yeah, I see."
So that's what you could expect if I let those guys interview him. Yeah, I think they'd roll with it, but I'm not doing that.
But what fun it would be.
Yeah. But I'm excited to talk to Brian from Kix on Monday. I think that'll be the first guest we've had in the new studio.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. That's a good way to start.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to talk to him. And
I'll straighten this shit up a little bit before he gets here.
Yeah. He's a rock and roll guy. I'm sure it's not that bad in here. Just a little bit of clutter.
Yeah.
How are things with you?
It's going all right.
Yeah.
Nothing too exciting, I guess. A lot of work.
Yeah.
A lot of hot and a lot of rain.
Yeah, apparently when I was out of town, I missed a shit ton of rain. Like I kept getting the notifications on my phone, like major thunderstorm, tornadoes,
flood warnings.
Yeah, I was like, damn, we lucked out. We had rain one day at the lake, and that was it.
Right on.
What's up?
What's going on there, Fonzie?
Fonzie.
Chris Fonzanelli.
Mitch LaFonzie.
Oh.
Ew.
He knows what Vinny had for breakfast.
So, going to be sending you some money tomorrow.
Oh, cool.
So I got some in today, and I think I'm getting more tomorrow.
Because we're your bitches. We're your whores. We're your hookers, Mr. Pimp Man. Pimp Fonzanelli.
I like that. That's better than being called Sizzler. Thanks, Ralph.
Oh, you don't like Sizzler, dude? I'll stop.
I'm just playing.
I thought it was like a cute little pet name for me.
I've been called much worse, so it works.
I'm telling you, Sizzler's nice. It's a good restaurant.
Yeah, that's a classy joint, you know.
I remember at one point he called me Gary Sizzler.
Gary Sizzler.
Oh yeah, it's better than Aaron Fagmaro.
Yeah, that's way better. Record a little Chris and Aaron or something.
Yeah, we can. Or do you want to record the intro for this after?
No, I guess we could do that now. Let me go ahead and open that up. So you're gonna do the Kicksmith in July thing?
I guess we could call it that. I think I'm gonna let him have my headphones when he gets here. Okay. You'll need yours to monitor the levels, but I'm not gonna. He'll probably want a pair.
Hey, once everything's good, I can take mine off too. So I mean,
yeah.
It's like if everybody else wearing them, then you want one. But if nobody else is,
I just don't want him to feel left out. I was thinking with that, we would kind of, just basically start with, what was the climate with the band at the time that you go in to record this? Because I couldn't find where it was recorded anywhere. Did you see anything? Like what studio and what city? I'm assuming Maryland probably, because where most of their stuff's recorded, but I couldn't, that wasn't even on Wiki. So I figured I'd just make that a question.
Yeah, that's a good question.
But, and it's different. It's pretty different from the first two records. They kind of went more rock on this one forward.
Yeah.
There's a lot of 80s little tricks of studio tricks going on.
Yeah, a lot of fucking Bo Hill tinkering.
Yeah.
That's what kind of wrecks a lot of these songs.
Well, there's these like little oddball moments that just kind of come out. Like it'll be rocking along and all of a sudden this weird sampler stuff comes in. It's like, what is that?
I was just trying to remember what that sound, that classic 80s sound effect like that. Pew,
yeah.
Da, da, da,
yeah.
Da, da, da,
It's like a synthesizer or keyboard or something. Yeah. I don't know. And then like the drums sound incredibly processed through almost all of it. Like similar to, like, remember how Open Up and Say Oz drum production style, it's like a Tom Werman production style for drums.
It's kind of like
all of his stuff sounds like it's real dry.
The thing that it made me think of was ZZ Top Eliminator.
Yeah.
The kind of the same idea.
Yeah.
I got that in my notes too.
Okay. Yeah, there's a lot of that going on.
Yeah, it's weird. Some of it just don't fit the songs. Like, take all that shit out of here and just beef up the guitars and the drums, and this would be just a regular kick-ass rock tune.
Yeah.
But it's got all this shit in the background.
Yeah.
You know?
It's like the...
Ting, 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 ting.
Ooh, we discovered this effect. We have to use it.
Right, yeah. At the time, I suppose all that shit was new.
Yeah. Ian said... He's in the middle of a podcast right now, so just text or call me when you're done with Kicks Guy, and we'll see what we can do. Have a great interview.
Cool.
Kicks Guy.
Cruise Fest 2019, the two-day music festival and rock and roll expo leading up to Kiss Cruise 9. This October 28th and 29th at the Doubletree Convention Center in Miami. It will be an event like none other, featuring acts like Ace Frehley, Sebastian Bach performing Skid Row's first album in its entirety, John Corabi, Return of the Comet, Thunder Mother, Jaded Past, the Number 13s, and Kiss America. Also featured on Monday the 28th is the Cruise Fest All-Star Band with special guests Bob Kulick, John Regan, and many, many more. Don't miss this epic opportunity to witness history in the making at Cruise Fest 2019. Tickets available now at cruisefest.com.
And we'll get your level set. But yeah, the first time we went to Michael Wagner's studio, we were covering Warrant's Dog Eat Dog album that he produced. And he was, for the first 30 minutes, he's just like, I don't remember. So long ago, I don't really remember. And then we eventually pulled the CD out and started just spinning parts of songs, and it all started coming back. Have you listened to this record in a long time?
What, Midnight Dynamite?
Midnight Dynamite?
No.
Okay. Well,
I mean, I've listened to like songs that we play live. Well, Midnight Dynamite.
Yeah.
Like when I go over the set.
Right. Okay. Well, this might bring back some memories for you from when you guys made it.
Yeah, it always helps. Like that's a good idea. Like to listen to the record, or for me, if I'm trying to remember stuff in the past, I keep all my calendars. I've got calendars going back to the 80s.
Oh, really?
Nice.
So I can just flip through them, and it's got day by day like little things that happen, and I'll go, that's
cool.
when that happened.
Oh, okay.
Right on. That's cool, man.
Kind of became like a diary, you know.
Kinda, yeah. Just like shorthand.
That's cool. Okay.
Everybody should do that. Yeah.
It helps because a lot of times, you know, when the band is doing interviews, somebody will ask a question and Steve will answer, and he'll be like, "Wait, like that's not right. That's not even close."
Let me pull this calendar right here.
Yeah.
Hang on, let's see, 1994, right here, November.
Right.
You know.
All right.
I appreciate you coming over, man. It's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Yeah. I'm like 10 minutes from here.
Oh,
Nice.
cool.
I live
Right
over in Goodlettsville, so it's
Oh, okay.
real
Oh,
close.
yeah. Right on.
Liking it so far?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I love it. I don't even want to leave my house anymore.
Oh, really? Yeah.
When I first got here, I was running around a lot, going out and seeing bands, and now it's sort of slowed down. Now I just
Yeah.
have to go out on my back porch and just sit there.
You've adapted then. It's Tennessee for you.
Yeah.
It's a laid back place. So many guys from LA are here now. It's crazy. Yeah.
It's true.
I'm sure you remember the Decline of Western Civilization Part 2 movie.
Mm-hmm.
So I grew up here, so I would watch that at age 12 and like dream of moving to Los Angeles to see all these people, and then fast forward 30 years later, and like almost all of them live here now. It's crazy.
Yeah.
We had no rock and roll people living here back then. It's very different. Yeah.
We asked Michael Wagner that time, what made you choose Nashville from LA? And he's like, question is, why would I stay in LA any longer?
Wow.
You just start listing off things about LA that just sucks,
Yeah.
You're like, you don't have mudslides here, you don't have earthquakes, there ain't no riots, there's all these, just down the list. And he's like, I like it here.
Yeah.
And it's cheaper here.
Yeah. It's a lot more affordable.
That's why I came. Well, that and the music.
Oh, you also have all the industry stuff is still pretty much close to you, so that's good. All right.
All right, all levels, everything looking good.
Ready to go?
Yeah.
Okay.
The annual celebration of rock returns to Nashville. Rockin' Pod is back and bigger than ever in 2019. This convention brings together the best rock stars, music podcasters, vinyl and memorabilia vendors, cosplayers, and rock fans from all corners of the globe. Special guests include Michael Sweet of Stryper, David Ellefson of Megadeth, Brian Forsyth of Kix, Jason Beeler of Saigon Kick, Eerie Vaughn of Danzig, and members of Exodus, Roxy Blue, Every Mother's Nightmare, Tora Tora, and more. Music podcasts from all over North America will be recording on site all weekend. Special pre-party featuring The Rock and Roll Residency, 8-Ball, and Lipstick Generation on Friday night. Rockin' Pod Expo on Saturday. Join us at the Nashville Airport Marriott, August 9th and 10th for Rockin' Pod. Tickets and VIP packages available now at rockinpod.com.